Did you know that one of Russia's most innovative military commanders, Alexei Brusilov, devised a strategy that would change the course of World War I? Born on August 31, 1853, into a military family, Brusilov grew up with warfare etched into his life. By the time he was a young man, his career path was clear: the Russian Imperial Army. But unlike many who adhered strictly to tradition, he was a forward thinker who questioned conventional tactics. Brusilov's most famous contribution came in 1916, during the devastating First World War. Amid a brutal stalemate on the Eastern Front, Brusilov devised a groundbreaking offensive against the Austro-Hungarian army, envisioning a strategy that defied traditional military thinking. Known as the Brusilov Offensive, his plan did not focus attacks on a single, predictable point. Instead, Brusilov orchestrated a broad, multi-pronged assault across different points of the front, catching Austro-Hungarian forces completely off guard. In preparation, he emphasized meticulous planning, conducting extensive reconnaissance to gather precise intelligence on enemy positions and weaknesses. Brusilov encouraged his officers to drill troops rigorously, ensuring they would be ready for the unique demands of this campaign. Rather than relying on prolonged artillery barrages, he minimized bombardment times, preserving the element of surprise and preventing the enemy from anticipating the assault. This shock tactic enabled Russian forces to break through enemy lines quickly, resulting in a staggering success. The outcome of the Brusilov offensive was unprecedented. Russian forces captured vast stretches of territory and inflicted devastating losses on the Austro-Hungarian army, capturing hundreds of thousands of enemy troops. Austria-Hungary, reeling from the impact, turned to Germany for help, forcing the Germans to redirect resources from the Western Front to stabilize their ally on the Eastern Front. This strategic shift impacted the balance of power across Europe, influencing the course of the entire war. Brusilov wasn't merely a tactician. He cared deeply about the soldiers under his command. This empathy earned him immense respect from those he led, as well as a reputation for understanding the human cost of combat. His approach stood in contrast to the often rigid and detached leadership styles of his contemporaries. Brusilov encouraged flexibility, advocating that officers adapt to situations rather than adhere strictly to orders. After the October Revolution in 1917, his life took another unexpected turn. Like many officers of the old regime, he faced a difficult choice: leave Russia or find a place within the new Soviet system. Remarkably, Brusilov chose to stay and offered his expertise to the Red Army, marking him as one of the few imperial officers to make this transition. Though his involvement with the Bolshevik forces was controversial, Brusilov believed that Russia's survival was paramount, regardless of the government in power. In his final years, Brusilov's health declined and he moved out of the public eye. On March 17, 1926, he passed away in Moscow, his contributions to military strategy remaining influential. His life, filled with bold choices and revolutionary tactics, left Russia with a chapter of military history both remarkable and complex.